Good morning, my dear students. Hope you are all doing fine. Today, we shall resume the same topic that we have been discussing, morphology. Under morphology, we shall discuss conversion. What do we study under morphology? We study word formation, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss conversion. And what do we study under conversion? We study the change of word from one part of speech to another. Okay, there are certain words which are used both as nouns and as verbs, and some are used as adjectives and also as nouns without changing the word. Means there is no change in the word, but there is change in the part of speech. Okay, so come on, let us discuss. As we always do, I shall read the slide first, and if I feel that there is something to be discussed, something to be explained, then I will be explaining it later on, okay, after reading the slide, so that the continuity is not broken. Is that fine? Okay. Morphology, word formation, conversion. In English grammar, conversion is a word formation process that involves the change of a word from one word class to another, that is, from one part of speech to another. This process is also called zero derivation or a functional shift. The rhetorical term for grammatical conversion is anthemeria. Anthemeria has originated from the Greek word anthemero, which means one part for another. It is a rhetorical device that uses a word in a new grammatical shape. Most often, the usage of a noun as a verb, that is to say, it replaces one part of speech with another. So this is all very easy, very simple. So in English grammar, now you know, like word formation and all, where do we study? We study them under English grammar. So conversion is a word formation process that involves a change of a word from one word class to another. By word class here we mean part of speech only. Okay, like noun, pronoun, adjective, these are all word classes. Yeah. So the change of a word from one class to another, that is from one part of speech to another. If you are changing the part of a speech of a word, that means you are involved in the process of conversion, right? Since there is no change in the word itself, that is why it is called as zero derivation or functional shift. Okay, the function, the function that a word does is changed. Suppose a word functions as a noun, and if you're say doing conversion, then what will happen? The function of that specific word, of that particular word, would change. Means now you are using it as a noun, and in the next sentence you are using it as a verb or as an adjective. Okay, you know, like this will be clear to you when we have examples. I have got say many examples there in the subsequent slides. And what is a rhetorical term for this? This is anthemeria, and this has originated from the Greek word anthemeros, which means one part for another. That means from one part of speech to another part of speech. Okay. So it's a rhetorical device that uses a word in a new grammatical shape. New grammatical shape. Again, the shape is part of speech. Most often the usage of a noun as a verb. This is the most common conversion. In exam, you are given nouns and you are asked to use those words as verbs. Okay, or sometimes you are asked to use the word both as a noun as well as a verb. So this is the most common conversion, changing a word from noun to verb or verb to noun. It replaces one part of speech with another. Okay, yeah. For example, the verbs to text, to love, to email, to pin, and to microwave are formed from the nouns text, love, email, pin, and microwave. Now here the examples. Please text a message to mom. She is not picking up the phone. What is text? Text is a noun, but here it is used as a verb. Please text a message. Okay, please text a message means please write a message. Please text a message. Text here means to write. Please text a message to mom. She is not picking up the phone. So what do you do when somebody doesn't pick up the phone? Then what do? You send an email, you send a text message, or you send some message through WhatsApp, isn't it? So please text a message to mom. The word text is used here as a verb, although we generally use text as a noun. So to text means to send a text message. There are ups and downs in everybody's life. Now up and down, what is this? These are prepositions. Up the hill, down the hill, up the road, down the road, isn't it? Upstairs, downstairs. So up and down are prepositions, but here we are using these prepositions as nouns. They are ups and downs in everybody's life. So this is what is called as conversion. Okay, when a word is generally used as something like as a noun, as a or as a preposition, but you are using it differently. So like this is the beauty of the language. You can use the same word as a verb. You can use the same word as a noun also. And when words have been traditionally used as nouns, and when you're using them as verbs, that makes the language all the more beautiful. Okay, and that's why languages evolve, languages keep on changing, right? Earlier, like we were not using these words. Microwave is a recent word, so we were not using it as verb. Now we use it as verb also. Like text also, text we were using as noun, but now you may use it as a verb also, as you saw just like in the example. Please text a message to mom. I was trying to text a message to him since he was not picking up the phone. Is that fine? Okay, now see another example. My kids is nowhere to be found. Has anybody seen it? Now my kids, you are students of literature, so we are talking about John Keats, the romantic poet. My kids is nowhere to be found. But here by my kids, what does the speaker mean? The speaker means a book of poems written by John Keats. So my Keats is nowhere to be found. I'm not able to locate my book. I'm not able to trace my book. Where is it? Where is it? Where has my Keats gone? That means where has my book of poems by Keats has gone? It's not to be seen. Has anybody seen it? So we are using a proper noun. John Keats is a proper noun. Okay, it's the name of the poet, name of the romantic poet, but you are using it as a common noun. This is what is called as conversion. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, and it makes your language also very lively and very dynamic and very impressive. Like when you are using this language, like my kids is nowhere to be found, you are catching attraction. You are fascinating the listener. Okay, because this is not a very common usage. Normally, what do people say? No, people say that I don't know. I had placed my book on John Keats somewhere here, but it's nowhere to be located, nowhere to be traced. But you are saying here, my Keats is nowhere to be found. Fine. Okay. Thank you. So you understood what is conversion? Very nice. Thanks.